Did you know that native English speakers don't even speak English correctly themselves? Today, we're going to talk about something very surprising. Even native English speakers make mistakes. I want you guys to know all about this because you are learning English as a second language, so let's make you an even better speaker than the native English speakers. You might think that only English learners struggle with grammar and pronunciation, but guess what? Native speakers mess up all the time. So today, I'm going to show you 10 mistakes that even Americans make and how you can be sure to avoid them. Before we continue, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel so you get free English classes every single day, and also make sure you visit our Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. We post additional free content there. Okay, for our first mistake, we have I could care less versus I couldn't care less. Can you guess which one is correct? A lot of people say I could care less when they're trying to say that they don't care about something at all. It could be this or that, they have no opinion. But really, think about it. I could care less. If you could care less, that means you still care a little bit, right? The correct way to say this phrase is I couldn't care less, because that means you have zero concern left. It really doesn't matter. I could care less means that you still have some sort of concern. Here's an example for you. The wrong way of saying this would be I could care less about that show tonight. The right way to say this would be I couldn't care less about that show. I don't care if I watch it, I don't care if I do watch it. Whatever, it doesn't matter. It's a small mistake, but once you notice it, you're gonna hear it everywhere. So make sure you are the English speaker that says this correctly, and people will be surprised with your grammar skills. The second mistake is me and my friend versus my friend and I. This is one of the most common mistakes native speakers say all of the time. If you've ever heard of the movie Marley and Me, that is incorrect grammar right in the title, and that's an American movie. If you're talking about yourself and another person, you might say, me and my friend went to the store. But this is actually incorrect. The correct way is, my friend and I went to the store. A simple trick to check this is to remove the other person and see if the sentence still makes sense. So would you say, me went to the store? No. You'd say, I went to the store. So then you just need to add on the other individual. So it should always be my friend and I, or Diogo and I, or my dad and I. Should just be added right on like that. All right, mistake number 3, should've versus should have. This mistake happens all the time because of how people speak versus how they write. A lot of people say should've, which sounds like should've. But should've is never correct. The right phrase is should have. Let me give you some examples. The wrong one is I should have studied more. The right is I should have studied more. The same rule applies to could have and would have. Should, could, and would of wrong. Should, could, and would have correct. Mistake number 4, affect versus effect. These two words confuse even native speakers because they sound similar but have completely different meanings. Affect is a verb, meaning to change something. Effect is a noun, meaning the result of a change. Here's some examples for you. The new law affects everyone. The law had a big effect on people's lives. If you're ever unsure about this one, try replacing the word with change. If change makes sense, you should use affect with an A. This is kind of confusing as well because affect and effect are kind of pronunciations that you can decide on. So you can say them both exactly the same, affect, affect, or you can say effect, effect, and it's technically correct. So it makes it even more confusing, even for the native speakers. Okay, mistake number 5. Less versus fewer. These two words are often used incorrectly even by native speakers. Less is used for unaccountable things like water or time or money. Fewer is used for countable things like books, people, or fruits. For example, there are fewer students in class today, so there is less noise. I drink less coffee than I used to, but I eat fewer snacks. A quick test. If you can count it individually, use fewer. If not, use less. Mistake number 6, a lot versus a lot. A lot is not a word, ever. The correct phrase is a lot. Here's some examples written out. The wrong one is I learned a lot from this video. The right one is I learned a lot from this video. If you're typing quickly, it's easy to forget about the space between a and lot. But now you know, it's always 2 words. Don't make that mistake. Mistake number 7, your versus your. This mistake happens because your and your sound the same, but they mean different things. Your shows possession. For example, your car is outside. Your is a contraction of you and are. For example, you're learning English. You are learning English. Mistake number 8, lay versus lie. These words are often confused because they change depending on which tense you use. Lay means to put something down. For example, lay the book on the table. Lie means to recline or rest. For example, I need to lie down. Here's where it gets tricky though. The past tense of lie is lay. So yesterday you lay down, but today you lie down. It's confusing, but once you get it, it makes a ton of sense. Mistake number 9, than versus then. These 2 words look very similar but have completely different meanings. Than is used for comparison, like this is better than that. Then is used for time or sequence. For example, I'm going to play hockey and then I'm going to dinner. If you're comparing 2 things, always use than. Mistake number 10, I seen versus I saw. This is one of the most common mistakes in everyday English, even with these native speakers. They'll say, I seen it, but that's completely incorrect. You might see it in pop culture, but do not think that you should be speaking this way professionally. The correct phrase is, I saw it. I have seen it. You never say, I seen. I seen never go together. If you're not using have or had, never say seen. For example, here is a wrong sentence. I seen that movie last week. The right sentence is I saw that movie last week. Now that you know this, you're gonna hear this mistake everywhere. Even celebrities speak like this. And that's it. Those are the 10 mistakes that even native speakers make. So don't feel bad if you've said some of these before, because we are all learning, even us who are fluent. Which mistake surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments. And if you have any questions, put them below as well. Again, if you found this helpful, please subscribe to us. It helps us grow the channel and give you more free English classes every single week. If you want to check out our online English classes that are on video calls, go to truvi.org and we can get you enrolled today. Have a great day, everyone, and I'll see you in the next class. Bye!